Hey, shalom, Israel. This is Judah J, and I'm making a live, right before I go to sleep. And this live is it's going to be about the world around you, people that we take for granted, that are in our circumference every single day, but we don't really observe their characteristics in a fashion in which which you make sound, wise judgments uh, based off of the fact that you might know them, and these people might have been in your circle or in your life for your whole life, but since you don't really know these people other than from just like simple, kind of like nonchalant type, insignificant type conversations you might have that doesn't really get to the crux of who they are or where they what they believe in, what their stances are on, just like social issues, maybe the belief systems. You don't know anything about those things because a lot of times our conversations are just in passing, like kind of in passing type conversations that really don't really mean too much. And so, because we, have allowed people into our lives under these circumstances, people are able to learn if they are operating by in nefarious type ways, and they have secret other agendas, because you guys have this type of relationship that's not really built on anything solid, but it's just built on some sort of just kind of like acquaintance type relationships. I think we all have acquaintance type relationships, but we let people into our lives that should not be in our lives. And the Bible, in a few places that I'm gonna take you to tonight, Psalms 49, and also Psalms 36, and also Psalms 37, it gives us a great description of the people that are around us, that do operate in nefarious ways. I love that word. It's just because it signifies sort of underhanded type of secret type of wickedness in secret, so to speak. So they operate in these ways, but they have allowed not really checking them out, but just because it's acquaintance type relationship type things, and um, these are the relationships that can destroy us. And in these last days, you need to have an understanding of the people that are around you, because people are not operating with the same spirit as they did 10, 15 years ago. Now, this is not to say that everyone is a bad person. And I hope you don't get that from what I'm saying. But people are operating with a spirit that's the spirit of the world. And if you see the spirit of the world, it's about greed. It's about doing anything that you can to get over on someone else, to elevate yourself. And it's about um, it's about telling half truths. It's about being away around a person that's not authentic, that is to show this person one side, and actually be operating in another type of mindset. Um, these are the people that we are around on a day-to-day basis. Um, and so we're going to talk about that so that we can have wisdom on who to stay away from, who to allow into our lives. And even those you allow into your lives and that you've done all these checks with, you still have to take that to the Most High Yah, as far as asking Him if this person or these people should be in your life, because you just can never be too safe. Let's go in the comment section. Saint for Jesus. Greater is He who is in us than he who's in the world. Most definitely. I keep get. He says, or she says, or whoever this saint for Jesus says, they keep getting bewitched with love spells. Saint for Jesus says, and they are trying to keep you distracted. Well, Saint for Jesus, uh, that is something that most people that are not looking with their eyes in the right direction, those are types of scenarios they go through because they desire to have love at such a great level, because maybe they haven't experienced love in their life, and they feel as if the only way that they can get that thing inside that's missing is to have go out and to have someone to fill that void inside of their heart. And it's, hey, this, we are all human, and so there's so many of us that have had these relationships that have not worked out, and we really do want them to work out, but it's just not meant to be. And or maybe someone has hurt you along the way in those relationships and made you kind of led you to believe things about yourself and things about possible other relationships that aren't real, that aren't true. And so then, maybe that would stop you from seeking some other type of connection with someone else based off of something that happened in the past. Now, here's the reason why I said that to you, is because in this world, those that are operating with Satan's spirit, they are they have contacts with the demonic realm, because they do witchcraft and sorcery. They do rituals. They have contact with familiar spirits. There's spirits that speak to them in their head, and they hear the voice type stuff, where that voice is telling them certain things to do. Now, it could be a low voice that they hear. It could be a louder voice. But it's a spirit that is telling them things, and the end goal is to take control of them, because it wants to possess them, so that they would not be able to make sound decisions, and to be able to serve the Most High Yah. But here's the thing: when you have whatever emotion or whatever spirit you are operating in, that demonic force knows what you're dealing with. So these people that are operating with those spirits, right? They know when you are exhibiting certain spirits, certain like spirits of fear, or let's say that you have doubt, or let's say that you have you've been heartbroken and you just want to have that relationship so bad with somebody that you would basically you're it's sort of like your guards are down, you're wide open to allow someone to come in your life. So them spirits can pick up on that stuff. And that's what I've recognized. When you have these feelings, they're assisted by spirits. And these people that are operating under Satan's spell, so to speak, they know these spirits that you're dealing with. So now somebody, like they call them honeybees, where a woman will seek out a man, and her main goal is to kind of drain him of his sort of, people say energy, but I say drain him of his very life source, the light that's in him. And this goes for men too. They do this to women. They want to drain, they want to get close to you. They want to drain you for the life that's in you and for themselves, so they would get some sort of benefit from the demonic realm, and increase their stature, or increase their well-being, something that's going to improve their life that they would receive from the fallen one by coming into people's lives that have issues or problems or just whatever, and sort of looking at them as an opportunity, as like a cash cow. Like in the spiritual realm, there's people that are preyed upon by these workers of iniquity, and they zap them of all of their energy, all of their life source, all of their resources. It could be money, it could be time, it could just be their talents. And then when they do that, when they corrupt their life, they receive the benefits from the fallen one. And so they just go out there monitoring people. They, like I told you before, these honeybees, these women and these men that go and try to get in these relationships, knowing they don't care anything about these people that they're seeking, right? Or that they're with, but they just want to learn about them, learn their weaknesses, so that they can bring them down. These people are all around us in this world, and their end is an amazing fall of destruction like no other, because the Most High Yah, he sees everything that they do, and he knows every thought that they're thinking, and he hates evil every single day. And when you seek to do evil, to elevate yourself by trying to hurt someone else in any way, shape, or form, get revenge on somebody else, when you seek to do these evil acts on your brethren are those people in the world, you will suffer judgment. You will get repaid at a time you don't know. And it might be your life that is taken from you, because the Most High Yah in these days is taking people out. He's judgment shall return to the righteousness, which means that like in this time frame we live in now, it seems like the wicked man and wicked people can do evil. All it seems like they do all a lot of evil, and they don't pay for the evil they do. It seems like that to us, or people that are not operating in these fashions, trying to hurt people, trying to manipulate people on purpose, and doing these wicked. The thing is, they in this time, it seems like they don't pay for for what they do. And it seems like the people that don't do those things and are not operating in wickedness, it seems like they're just paying for just being righteous. They're paying harsh penalties for being people that the Most High Yah would say, oh, they're following me, they're serving me, they're seeking me. They're not perfect, no one is, but they're not doing these wicked acts on their brethren, trying to hurt people, trying to. And so in this upside down type of world, this is why that scripture is so important, because now when Christ gets ready to come back, which he's getting ready to come back now, we don't know the day or the hour. We just know the season. We know when it's time, when it's getting near. But in his kingdom that he's going to set up, righteousness will be judgment shall be returned to righteousness, which means that if you're righteous, you'll be blessed, and you'll be looked up, you'll have stature, you'll be someone that doesn't have any problems whatsoever, because you're serving the Most High, you're serving his son, and there's nothing to worry about. But see, in that time and leading up to that time, which is now, wickedness, people that are performing wickedness will perish, and they will have no there will be no place for them in this new kingdom. They'll just be destroyed. It'll be like people in this kingdom, the next kingdom, Christ's kingdom. They won't even remember these wicked ones, the wicked ones that did all this evil, and they came up and got their riches and wealth by draining people of their energy, their resources, their time, their talents, by scoping them out and trying to do evil in secret. Those people will be gone, destroyed, just done. And but it's coming into this next kingdom. It's getting so close now, where the Most High is just doing it now. He's starting to do it now. So when you do evil and you keep doing evil and you keep on walking unrighteously before him, then these people are being picked off now. Even people in the secret societies that have made these oaths with Satan, and they've given up their lives and and their souls for Satan, and they got sort of quote unquote blessed in the demonic realm by getting these rewards and all of this wealth and money for doing evils that we don't know anything about. Now they're starting to perish. And I know that you've probably seen it. A lot of these famous people that have been famous for so long, that we grew up watching on TV, that have all the money, they have all the opportunities, they're perishing now. And it just seems like it happens all the time. And so this is just an indication that the Most High Yah is turning things around, and that scripture is being fulfilled, where it says that the judgment shall return to righteousness. And so I want to show you a scripture right now in Psalms 49. It says this is like a description of these people that live for this world. They have the Esau spirit, where it's basically you live for the instant gratification, and you give away those things which are eternal, those things which mean everything for nothing, for a temporary sort of jewel, or temporary experience that's going to perish and disappear in no time. So in Psalms 49, it says, hear this, all you people, give ear, all you inhabitants of the world, bow low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die. Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Now, I'm pretty sure. Let's see this. You got to hear that scripture, that verse again. It says about the mindset of the wicked man on the earth that lives for this world and does not live for God. They have this perception that they basically can just do whatever they want to do in this life. Doesn't matter who they hurt. Um, and their lives are just pretty much rooted in what they can receive here, right? And so it's saying that their minds are completely jaded, and they're being deceived because the things that they have on this earth, there's no way for them to know who's going to receive those things that nest egg, or that found that heritage that they built up, or that those resources. They don't know who's going to get it after they perish. And so and they also believe that they just so that they can live any type of way and they'll see no corruption, and it's just all good for them because they have not been judged in this system the way that they should be judged. It says that those that shall persecute you, and this is talking about Israel, the Israelites, which are the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. It says that those that persecute you shall hold themselves not guilty. So you have a collection of people on the earth that are living and operating in an exceedingly wicked fashion, but they're not being penalized by their court systems. They're not being penalized by the people that are in their close circles, that they see every day. They're not being penalized by this world because they have a connection with the temporary power or sort of the rule, kind of the fallen one. And the fallen one rules in this world and has dominion in this world temporarily until the Most High Yah takes him out and judges him and sends him down to the pit for the 1,000 years. And then after that, he shall be brought back up for a while to deceive, and then he'll be destroyed in the lake of fire. But see, his people, his children they have a mindset that they're untouchable because they have been untouchable in this world. And picture the Most High Yah is just there writing down everything that they have done. And he is just allowing them to harp up all of this negative evil, all the things they've done, all the evil that they've done. He's writing it down, and he's going to judge them based off of what they've done. But they know not that they're going to be judged because they don't believe that there is a power that is greater than the power that they follow. They call their power the light. They call their power the universe. They call their power, they don't call their power Satan. Most of these people that believe in these new age practices, the Kundalini spirits and all of the astral projection practices they do, and the Kabbalah dark practices and all these things that they participate in, they don't call their power Satan. They call their power the universe or the light or some other term, but it is all just Satan, right? They don't believe they're going to fall. They don't believe they're going to perish at all. And so it says in verse 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And we know that they do call their lands after their own names. All of these different nations that are out here, they basically use their names to associate with their lands, because here's the thing. And also they make visages such as statues and like Mount Rushmore, where you have these images of these presidents and they're long gone, but they just want to be able to be remembered. So even if they don't know how people are receiving these images after they perish. It's not like in the grave they can get any joy from knowing people are going to visit Mount Rushmore and they're paying homage to these quote unquote great men, which were nothing but Freemasons and did evil all across the world, and participated in the slave trade and all of these things, had slaves and did all these. So anyways, there's no way for them to know that they are being revered by these new generations. So what was it all for? It was for nothing. And so once they lived their time and did as much evil on the earth in secret as possible and got rewarded for the evil that they did, and nobody ever said anything to them, or there was no persecution that came their way. Now they're like that one man that was on the other side of the chasm when the rich man and the poor man. You can go read about that in the Bible. So the rich man's on one side in the bosom of Abraham, getting ready to go into glory that was prepared for him since the foundation of the earth. And then you have the poor man, which is now going to be in torment forever. And he just wants Abraham to touch it, just touch him, just give him some water, dip some water in on him, so that he can have some relief from the pain that he is experiencing. He wants in the bosom of Abraham, not Abraham, but the man that was in the bosom of Abraham, which was the poor man. The rich man just wants that poor man to dip his finger in some water, just give me some sort of relief, because now his time is over. His time of having everything and having people cater to his every need and his every whim, having the best, the fruit of the earth, and having everything he wanted. That time's over. Now it's time for eternity. And so verse 12 says, nevertheless, man being in honor abides not. He is like the beast that perish. So he's just like a beast that perish. This their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Like sheep, they are laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. So there's this, the Bible talks about there's joy in the morning, and there shall be righteousness shall return, judgment shall return to righteousness. So those that have operated in a righteous fashion and operated in the spirit of the Most High, these people are going to rule over the wicked. And so that joy that's in the morning is when the righteous are ruling. And when the righteous rule, the people shall have joy. When the wicked rule, the people shall mourn. So these wicked men and women that have all of this influence and all this power, it's a temporary state. It's a temporary position that they have, that they don't know is temporary, because they believe that they shall see no corruption, not in this life. And a lot of them don't believe there is another life, but some of them do believe there's another life, but that they just become a puff of smoke. Like they're just like, or not a puff of smoke. They believe they just become one, maybe with the universe, or they become one with the earth, or they believe in reincarnation, or they believe that they come back as ancestors. They believe many things. But the only thing to believe is that there's a judgment, and that the Most High Yah sent his son Yahushua HaMashiach to die for all men and all women on this earth, and give them an opportunity to have a connection with the Father. And without that connection with the Father, there is no life. There is no after this age. There is no after this existence in the body. There's only death and fire and judgment. And so regardless of how much pain you or me have ever gone through in this life, no matter how hard it's ever been, and it seemed like we could never get out of it, and it seemed like life wasn't fair to us, and it seems like we just got the bad end of the stick, and no one understands, and it seems like people did so many things to you or me, and they're the source or the root of the pain. And this person would say, oh, I'm just operating out of the pain that was dealt to me, and so you just don't understand, or God understands. So now, because of that, I can live beneath his standards. I can live in a fashion that's beneath his standards, and he'll understand, because it was so bad for me. You are off. You are being deceived by the fallen one. He wants to keep you in that state, that lowest state, so that you will sell yourself out and operate in a fashion beneath the Most High Yah's standards for you, just long enough so that you will perish by destroying yourself, either through vices, either through selling your soul and making oaths with demonic people and demonic spirits, to where you can't break away from it, even if you try to, lest the Most High Yah have mercy on you and he decides to allow you to come back into his fold. This is all the fallen one wants, is for people to operate in this mindset where there you only live once, so there's no judgment when you follow that mantra and that mindset. You only live once, so that means live it up to the nth degree. Do whatever you want, doesn't matter who you hurt. Just get the joy and the peace any way you can. No matter what you do, it's okay. That's where he wants you, so that you'll to continue to grow and gain that spirit inside of you. It'll so that it would gain more of a foothold over your life and over your soul and over your mind and over your ability to make decisions, rational decisions, because now you'll be completely engulfed in that spirit, and it'll just get stronger and stronger. That strong man that's created from that lackadaisical type of flimsy lifestyle, that anything goes lifestyle, do anything you want to get what you want lifestyle, it only gets stronger. And then it gets to the place where you can't break away from it, even if you tried. And so you might even try to talk to yourself that about how wrong you are, and how this is something that I acknowledge my actions are wrong, and I need to turn around and do something different. But then, because you have spent so much time and you have been used by these spirits in such a way where your mind has become seared now, and you have gained a reprobate mind where you can't break away from those actions, because those actions have defined you now. And no one wants to get to that place, but in this world, so many people have gotten to that place. And it's a horrible thing that happens, because you never know when it's going to happen. That's why we don't play with certain things. That's why when you have an opportunity to come back to the Most High Yah and serve Him, and He gives you a space of peace in your life, like maybe you're not around people that you used to be around anymore, and it's just you. And you're able to basically go to the Most High Yah without this chatter and all this distractions that surround you, trying to stop you. You take advantage of that situation. You look at it as a blessing beyond blessings, because now you can have that one-on-one time, develop that relationship with the Father, and learn about the power that comes when you're in that secret place, when you're in that place where you're under his wings. You know what I'm saying? Where you are able to receive from the Most High Yah revelation of the deep things that are in His words. You'll be able to not just get the surface level understanding of His word, but the deep underpinnings, underlining power that's in His word. It'll now funnel into your heart, not just your mind, but your heart. You have to have that alone time. A lot of the enemy wants to stop that process from happening to such a degree that even if he fails when he tries to attack you with his attempts, his temptations, his overt just displays of just deception and evil that he creates in people that are in our lives. That's why I started this video off with telling you that we need to observe the people that are in our lives, even those people that we've known for our whole lives, because a lot of the times these relationships are built on surface level type of communications that do not really get to the root of who these people are. So you have to be able to discern who people are by asking questions, by watching people in their, so not watching people like surveillance, like these gang stalkers. I'm talking about like observing, like, the surroundings that you're in and where you meet these people at. Was it at a good place? Was it at a bad place? You know what bad places are. Observe like what the actual condition was when you met these people. Talk to these people. Find out if these people are serving the Most High Yah by discernment, going to God, the Most High Yah, asking Him if these people are the right people to be in your life. Because in these days, there are people that are just set up, that are there to watch you, to watch what you like, watch what you don't like, and then get like a dossier on you, pretty much to get your life like pretty much like a script. Know what you like, know what you don't like, so that they can enter into your life and deceive you based off of information that they've gathered upon about you. And then now they can basically toss and turn you like the waves in the ocean. You don't know if they're for you. You feel such a connection with them, like they're just so for you. And where's this person been all my life? They've been there the whole time, but they've been watching you to see where you how they can actually influence you, how they can get inside of your head, inside of your mind, your life, so they can destroy you. Because that's the type of world we live in now. We don't live in 1980. We don't live in 1990, where there were a lot more good people, good-hearted, good-natured people on the earth. Now you got a whole bunch of jerks, a whole bunch of weirdos, a whole bunch of people that are just out for themselves, that don't just seek to do bad things because they're having a bad day. Let me say that again. You're around people that don't just seek to do bad things because they're having a bad day. You have people that are planning on doing evil to people every day they wake up, because there's a new economic system, folks. Let me tell you about the new economic system in this world. Check this out. And I know a lot of the target individuals understand this. The new economic system is get to know the person, scope them out, learn everything about them, get to know them, and then get into their life, and then destroy their life. So then the power that they serve, which is the fallen one, will bless them with gifts and bless them with status and bless them in their own lives by giving them the things that they've always wanted, which is the worldly things, the money, the house, maybe the car, maybe to have the relationship, the relationship. That's what the new currency is for people that are selling their souls to this fallen one, that are selling their soul. These kids that are doing these in the rap game and everything. They just want to get a deal. A lot of them come from bad neighborhoods. A lot of them come from poverty. A lot of them come from from households that they don't have two families. Of course, that's been that way for a while. But the main thing is this: a lot of those people are my people, the Israelites, right? So these demonic forces, right, that operate in these people, they know the condition of people that have little to nothing, that they would do anything they could to get out of those conditions. And so then they prey on them and they wait for an opening, and then they offer them things that these people have possibly never had, such as the wealth or a lot of money or some sort of thing that the world offers us, clothes, or some sort of opportunity, some sort of job, some sort of something, right? They offer them these things when they know they're at their lowest points, where they don't have much, where they're just struggling all their whole life. And then all of a sudden this deal comes. And this doesn't just happen to rappers. This doesn't happen to those in the entertainment business. That's not all. It happens to normal people that you see on the street. It happens to just everyday people that are just walking around. People are being scoped on and observed, and then they meet these people maybe in these just like kind of bars, or maybe a coffee shop. They'll pick up a conversation with some stranger they never met, and then they start telling them about these new opportunities in business, or this opportunity that they have, that they can give them the number or something they can call, and then it's just like they start to meet other people, and these other people know about the whole thing. They're probably in on it. They're all in a secret little group, or some sort of little clique, in which they just like a trap house, where they just trap people. And this has nothing to do with no hip hop. This has something to do with people that are in union, in a clique with one another in this world. This is what's going on. They're in a clique, in a union with one another in the world, seeking to trap people, bringing people into their trap by offering them opportunities and saying that they can elevate them, and saying that you want to experience this new opportunity experience? They just come and follow us, learn from us. And then all of a sudden they're bringing them in the new age principles, into these wicked, demonic new age principles. They're learning new doctrines that have nothing to do with the Most High. They're learning things of the fallen one, and then they're receiving gifts. They're receiving gift cards. They're receiving houses and cars, and as they elevate, right, and go higher up into their little as they go higher up in the group by their devotion to the group, and by following what the leaders of these groups tell them to do, they get higher up, and then all of a sudden they get to that place where they gotta they're possibly offered the elevation on another level, a greater level, beyond anything they could ever imagine. So then they say, okay, you want to hurt this person? If you do that, you'll really. But they don't seem to. They don't think. They don't think that about the foundation of the request that's being required of them. They don't think about what's at the foundation of that request. So what's at the foundation is, okay, you have to think about it. You say, if I hurt this person, you're gonna you're gonna you're gonna reward me. Okay, so now you're saying, okay, well, this person must be someone this person didn't like, or this other person that they knew didn't like. And so maybe it's like, oh, well, they just don't want like that person. And so that if you hurt that person, it makes them feel better. So they'll give you something for doing something they wouldn't do. But that's not the thing. They're telling you to hurt somebody because in their devotion, in their circles, their devotion to the fallen one says that you hurt someone, you do it, you make a sacrifice basically, or hurt somebody will elevate you to another level because he wants to hurt people. He hates mankind. That's the main goal, the power that they serve and that's giving them the wealth and the riches and all the status hates mankind. So in the end, is always going to be destruction in some way, shape, or form to mankind. And it doesn't matter what nation you come from. You could be an Israelite, you can be a Gentile. It doesn't matter. The fallen one, whoever gets in his clutches and it's on his team, their main goal is to hurt people because the fallen one's goal is to hurt people and to destroy the children of the Most High. The children of in this context, I'm talking about all mankind being just his creation. So the fallen one wants to hate to destroy Yah's creation. And so when you get these people are getting into these, taking these oaths and not knowing what the actual end result of the end ramifications are for these decisions they're making. And by the time they recognize it, they're so far deep inside of this web that they can't get out or they'll be destroyed themselves. Then they just say, okay, well, since I'm so far inside this thing, I might as well, and they feel like they can't get out and there's no hope. They might as well just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And then they get possessed. Then they start to get possessed. So the fallen one preys on people that don't have much, that have some sort of maybe something they're lacking. And they just have been in the situation for a long time. And they just need a way out and they need their lives to change and they need something that will change the misery and the pain that they've always gone through. And then the fallen one comes. See, that's what happens. That's the reason it's so important, imperative to know of the population of people that surround you on a day-to-day basis. So when you read Psalms 49, you understand that these people are operating in a certain way for a certain reason. There's a reason why they're doing it, not just about their actions. It's not just about knowing why or who people are by their actions. It's about knowing why people are. And what and once you know why people are, then it'll give you more of a heart for people. Let me say that again. It's not when learning who people are, it's not just about knowing about their actions and observing and defining them by their actions. It's about knowing why they act the way they act. Now, once you know the foundation of the person that's acting in a nefarious, evil way is due to the fallen one, and you know the fallen one is the enemy of the Most High, now you have a heart for the person. That's why the Bible says that we don't wrestle with flesh and blood, but we wrestle against principalities, wickedness, and high places. So that's why we're supposed to be our brother's keeper, right? Love our brethren, consider others better than ourselves, because the wicked one is the one that's creating all the madness and all the chaos. Let's read Psalms 36. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of Yah before his eyes. So the wicked believe that there's no fear of Yah. There's nothing. There's no fear of Yah before his eyes, right? So, for he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He has left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He hates not evil. So the wicked man does not hate evil. He devises this mischief on his very bed or her very bed every night, plans to destroy people's lives, plans to rob, steal, kill, destroy, do even worse than that, do evils. Doesn't and they do not have any fear of the Most High Yah. There's no fear, nothing in their heart that tells them this is the wrong thing to do. Or if they do it, if they do have something in their heart that tells them that, there's another spirit that's greater than that. Then they're not greater, but there's another spirit that they have fed with years and years of bad decisions, of not seeking the Most High. That now that spirit is so strong where it can cover up, and it'll cause that person to react in a way that is contrary to the way the Most High would have them to respond to life's problems and life situations. They don't care anymore. They got to that reprobate kind of seared mind place. It says that thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth into the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains. Thy judgments are a great deep. O Lord, you preserveth man and beast. How excellent is your loving kindness, O Yah. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of your wings. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of your house, and you shall make them drink of the river of your pleasures. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light shall we see light. O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know you, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. There are the workers of iniquity. There are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. These people are temporary. They're temporary, and the sad thing about it is they don't know they're temporary. Psalms 37, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be you envious against the workers of iniquity, right? So don't be afraid of these evildoers, neither be you envious against the workers of iniquity. So basically it's saying here, and this verse is very powerful. The Most High Yah is saying don't be afraid of them, but there's a reason why you're not afraid of them. And it has something to do with the manner in which you live your life. If you don't live your life in a fashion that is deemed as acceptable before the Most High Yah, if you're not obeying Him, if you're not seeking Him and cultivating that relationship with Him, and you're just operating like the world, yes, you should be afraid of the wicked, because you have no covering, you have no protection, you have no hedge. If you do not serve the one that provides the hedge. Let me say that again. You have no hedge. If you don't serve the one that provides the hedge, you're only deceiving yourself. You're only deceiving yourself when you say you serve the Most High Yah, but you're not. And then you go out there in the world, which is full of wickedness, and think you're going to stand and you're going to be able to overcome the wickedness in this world and you're not going to be able to operate in that fashion. The Most High won't let you, because out of His love, and because He's a God of justice, He's a God of omnipotence and power, right? He's not going to allow His creation to continue to disobey Him without repercussions, and those repercussions could lead to destruction if you're not if you do not have His mercy. And we don't know why He does what He does. The Most High Yah says He will show mercy on whoever He wants to show mercy. So you don't want to take a chance that you are not under His mercy. Now, there's people that do the same things as others and they perish. And we don't know why this happens. Most High Yah has His reasons. And so we always must make sure that we're under that hedge so that we can fret not of the evildoers. And we're not going to be envious of the evildoers, because we know from Psalms 49 where their dwelling shall be. It shall be in destruction. It shall be in the lake of fire. They're being tricked right now. That's why they have the things they have. That's why they're able to operate and move in the world with such freedom, with such they have such elevation in every fact, in every status of life. It's like it's great for them. It seems like, but it's a fool's gold, and it's meant to be that way because the Most High Yah setting them up, lest He turns them around. And so going back here, it says, "For soon they shall be cut down like the grass." This is in Psalms 37, verse 2. For soon they should be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shall you dwell in the land. And verily you shall be fed. You'll dwell in the land if you trust the Lord and do good. What's good? Obey the commandments. The commandments, the 10 commandments are the least of these. So the 613, those were the temple laws, and you had you had the temple laws, and you had the I can't think right now. Then you had, of course, the dietary laws, and then you had the sacrificial laws. So you had all of these laws, right? And then the moral laws. You had basically 613 laws, right? Commandments that were given to the children of Israel. But the 10 encompass what we need to know right now, right? Because there is no temple, and Christ is the last sacrifice, right? And we, these dietary laws, yes, we are to observe those dietary laws because they're health to our body, and He wants us to could always stay in good health, and that's our money right there, is our health. Our health is our money. That's the real currency, is having good health. But the enemy likes to make us think that this paper and this worldly commerce and that's the real that's the real fruit. But that's not the real fruit. The real fruit is to have a healthy body, right? To be able to operate with strength and with power, and not get and not be always downtrodden and sick, and not being able to be used by the Most High Yah in this earth, and in a fashion that will be able to reach many people. Because if you're sick all the time, you can't reach many people. And it don't matter how much money you got, you're not going to be able to, in this world, be able to get that money to the people that need it most of the time, unless you give it to them yourself. I'll say that again. In this world, you're not going to be able to get the money to people all the time and help the people you would want, even if you have a lot of money, because you have to get in order to do that, you have to give it to them yourself, because this world is so evil. You may send it to an organization and they'll go and use it for something else, or they'll go and rob and manipulate people and use it for their own means. So you have to have good health, right, in order to do a lot of the things the Most High Yah wants you to do. It says, delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. He says the desires of the righteous shall be granted. So whenever you walk in a righteous fashion towards the Most High Yah, He shall operate righteously towards you. If walk in a froward way towards the Most High Yah, He shall be froward towards you. So however you respond in this life, the Most High Yah will operate the same way towards you, right? And if you're merciful to people, He'll be merciful to you. If you give with a kind heart, and you're a joyful giver, He will be joyful towards giving to you, and He shall give to you, just like that same fashion you love giving. Then you'll be a person that will receive, because that's the way you're operating, right? So it says, commit your way into the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. And He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your judgment as the noonday, right? Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not yourself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So you have to wait patient on the Lord. On the Most High Yah, we must wait patiently. We must not get too high or too low, so to speak. We must wait patiently and not get tossed and turned by all the different currents of the ocean, or all the different currents of the wind. We have to stand in the midst of all sorts of troubles. And it says that this race is not going to be won by those that are fast. It's not for the swift. It's for those that can persevere. It's for those that can stand in the midst of storm. And even though the waters and the winds beat on that house, it won't fall, because the rock is Christ. And He's the one that's sustaining us. So you have to have a mind that stays on Him. And then when you stay on Him, it says that he who keeps his eyes on me shall stay in perfect peace. So then it's just a perfection game. So now it's like we're being perfected by standing in the midst of the trouble, not being afraid to walk, and not being afraid to stand in the midst of the trouble, because we know who we're standing with. We know who's standing with us. If He be for you, who can be against you? No one can be against us if He's for us. So it gets to a place where in your heart and mind, you have to have a heart and a mind that trust in Him, based off of a reliance for Him, based off of an understanding of what you're facing around you, and knowing that you're too small to deal with that thing that's around you. It has to be it has to be an acknowledgement of his greatness and your inability. It has to be where you it has to be where he is more important, and not just more important than what you're dealing with, but he has to be, in your mind, in your heart, the only one that can help you get through the thing you're dealing with. So you can't be a person that's locked in the confines of like this structure, this government, and voting for people thinking they're gonna get you out of your pain, or voting for a certain party that's gonna help you guys to elevate and get past the struggles you're dealing with, because then you'll stay in the matrix. And when you stay in the matrix, you're telling God that you don't think that he has the ability to lift you up out of your madness. And he says in the Bible, it talks about asking the Most High to deliver me from the miry clay and deliver me from the horrible pit. So there's a place that people get in their lives where things are so bad, where you have to you start to realize you can't rely on the faculties and all of the other resources and the other channels that you used to rely on in order to get out of that hole. And that's a blessed place to be, because now you're at that place of surrender. Surrender is one of the greatest places a person can be in life, because now you can totally turn your eyes towards the one that can actually get you out of the pit, that can actually make real changes in your life, based off of your obedience, based off your brokenness. Your brokenness is the best place to be. When you are broke, that's the best place to be at in the spirit, because now when you cry out to him, you're coming from a place of authenticity. It's a place of non-vanity. And the Most High Yah has even said, man is just vanity. Now, imagine when a man operates in a spirit that has no vanity in it. That's a real place. That's when you start to see the Most High Yah work in your life, because now he sees your heart. And he's saying, you know what? These people are, whenever they feel bad, they come and they seek me and they cry out to me. And some of the things they say are so moving and just so beautiful. And it makes me feel like, wow, they finally got it. But then once they get back on their feet, they lose that humility. They lose that place of that the essence of their prayer is not sincere anymore. It's hollow. It's lacking truth. It doesn't have real. It's not real anymore. And I know it isn't, but I'm going to let them, because I'm merciful, go through this experience, maybe get knocked down a couple more times, or how many times it needs to be. And I'm going to wait for them to come to me and approach me in a real fashion. And then I'm going to, it might be so bad what they have to go through, then I'm going to make it so that they learn. And it's going to be a hard, arduous task. But they're going to learn. And then their prayer is going to be, it's going to be real. I'm just going to say that their prayer is going to be real. When they come to me, it's going to be real. Now I can work with them. Now I can use them. But you can't get to that place if you're lying to him. You can't get to that place if your praise is inauthentic. We have to pray to him and know he is God. He is El. He is the Most High Yah. Whatever you want to say, we have to know that the one that created us and that has the power over life and death, the one that sent his son to die for us. We have to know he's real. And I would just implore everyone in here, we have to get to the place where we know that Yah's real. I think that's the big problem here. We don't think he's real. And you know what? It seems like the simplest things are the hardest things to understand. And I think we bypassed the simple things, because we want to learn deep things. We want to learn things that are complicated to be able to say, look what we know. We want to be able to have discussions with other people we believe are smart, or even, smarter than us. We want to be a part of the clique. We want to be a part of people that a group, a faction of people that we can conversate with and will look good around amongst other people. We just want to belong. That's a very human thing to be. It's a very so the Most High Yah understands these things. I just want you to know he understands when we operate in that fashion, but it doesn't matter if he knows why we do it. If it's wrong and it's not leading us to have that relationship with him that's right and that's real, then we got to turn around anyway. So I think in these days we don't know the things we think we know. I say it again. We don't know the things we think we know. We don't know our enemy the way we need to know our enemy. We don't know God, the Most High Yah, the way we need to know the Most High Yah. And we don't really know ourselves the way we need to know ourselves. Now, the Bible says we know what we believe in. When it was talking that place in the Bible, talking about the faith. We know, in context, it's like this. You can say anything you want. You can say anything you want to me about this God, that faith, that religion, whatever. But we know what we believe. We believe the Most High Yah sent his son Yahushua Mashiach to die for us, and he's coming again. And he rose on the third day, and he's coming again. We believe in the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and nothing you say to us is gonna change that. We ain't believing in no science. We ain't believing in no Kundalini and no New Age. We ain't believing in no Islam and no Allah. We ain't believing in no Buddha and no Krishna. We ain't believing in no nothing else but the Most High Yah and his son Yahushua Mashiach, right? But then you say, okay, well, all right, you say that, okay, but who is Yah? Who is he? Oh, he's the lover of my soul. He's the Prince of Peace. He's joy. He's peace. He forgives you. He says if you confess your sins, that he's faithful to forgive us of our sins, which shows that he's just so merciful and he just never. Okay, yeah, he is that. But what else is he? He's also someone that hates sin. He's also someone that will destroy the wicked forever. He's someone that is going to laugh at the wicked when they perish. You want to be around a all-powerful God that will laugh at the ones that are going to perish. He's not going to. He's going to laugh at these ones when all these ones that turned against that hated him, that taught other people to go against him, all the ones that do evil in secret, that gain for a while but lose it all later. And when they go through the destruction and they're burning in the fire and whatever, he's going to laugh at these ones that have just always led his people astray, work evil in secret, just lay on their bed and just do nothing but work out ways to hurt people, deceive people, take from people so that they can get some sort of zooms and whams. You know what I'm talking about. He's going to destroy them. Do you know that that's the kind of power he is? Do you know that he's in control of the good and the evil? Did you know that? A lot of people will be like, there's no evil in the Most High Yah. There is no evil in the Most High Yah. I didn't say that. But I'm saying that he's in control of the good and the evil. So if you're living in opposition to the Most High Yah and you have an unrepentant heart and you don't seek him and you just want to live as you want to live, he will send evil to you. He will allow evil to engulf you and to take over you. Unless he has mercy on you, you'll be possessed. Your soul will be gone. You'll be dead. That's the way the Most High Yah works, because you can only do things for so long. And then there's the judgment. And this is for everyone. This is not just for you. This is for me, everyone else. We have to serve the Most High Yah. That's what I'm saying is for everyone, us. We have to serve the Most High Yah because we have to fear him. And the fear is wisdom is the big fear of the Most High Yah is the beginning of wisdom. So when you know he's the one that can destroy the body and the soul, that changes things. The way you should operate and the way I should operate should change, especially in these times where nothing seems certain at all. Nothing seems certain. It seems like every day there's some new thing that happens. Because I believe it's because we don't know the one we serve and we don't know the people around us. And Psalms 37 goes on to say, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall be. Yes, you shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. These ones that were always around us, setting people up, doing wickedness all around us all the time, being blessed and having all these things and all these the riches and the wealth and the relationships and just whatever else they have. It says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. These very people will not be anymore. You will diligently consider his place, and it shall not be, because they were all in the world. The makeup of the world was filled with these people, and we were once those people. We are no better than anyone in the face of the earth. I'm just a mouthpiece. And if those that say they believe the Most High Yah and they're serving the Most High Yah, you were once at a low estate, just like the people that are still out there, that are still struggling, with sin and all these things. That's why we're supposed to pray for people and not hate our enemies, not seek evil on those that we would say are your enemies. You pray that the Most High Yah will wake them up, so that lead them to Him, so that they could serve Him and enter into His grace. Because you never know, people out there that are doing the most evil things in the world, they could become the greatest men and women in the kingdom of Yah. Because think about it, Paul, he killed people. He killed the believers of the Most High Yah. And look at him. He has the most books in the Bible. So I mean, he's the author of the most books in the Bible. And so we have to always have that heart that we are able to forgive people and to pray for people and love people. But then we have to also be wise. We can't allow people to do witchcraft and sorcery on us, to bind these demonic spirits in Yahushua Mashiach's name, cast them out to the abyss. We have to ask the Most High to take control of the situation and these people. We have to ask Him to fight them for us, to bind those demonic spirits in them. Whatever spirit it is that you're dealing with from these people that are wicked, that you have to bind those spirits in them, cast them out to the abyss, ask the Most High to cover you with His edge of protection, encamp His holy angels around you, keep you in His way, and then you'll be protected. Now it's about faith and trust. And don't think you're going to receive anything from the Most High Yah if you don't trust in Him. If you trust in Him, He will give you the desires of your heart. If you don't, you won't. So back to 37, it says that the wicked have drawn. Check this out. No. The wicked plot against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth. So think about the gang stalker situation. So the wicked plot against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth. So it's like an animal. They're stalking their prey, and they're just following them, right? Gnashing at their teeth, just joyous, waiting for them to fall, right? It says that the Lord shall laugh at him, for He sees that his day is coming. So that very gang stalker, that very person with those demonic spirits, able to hear what you're hearing, and the people that can the people that have sort of a extra sensory ability to know things about you that they should not be able to know. And it's not just by being able to, of course, look at your computer screen through remote control viewing. Yeah, because they do that to everyone and they think that that's just new. But, there's people that can see people's computer screens, know where they're going, know what they like to get online, know exactly how they operate, so that they can call them or something like that on their phone, and then either hang up or something like that, or maybe send text messages to your phone and talking about things that no one should know, or things you were on the internet doing, and then all of a sudden say it back to you in a message, or somehow get your email address and then say these things back in the mess. Do you understand that that's old hat? We know that. I mean, it's like, but see, the thing is, the Most High Yah says that the wicked plot against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for He sees that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and the needy, and to stay and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So this is what the wicked are doing to everyone on a day-to-day basis. But nobody reads the Old Testament. Nobody's reading Psalms anymore. It's all about just the New Testament. We need both testaments. Both books are for the edifying of man. And so both of these books is giving us wisdom, teaching us the deep meanings of the Most High Yah's word. They're teaching us how to operate it's teaching us how to operate by using His commandments in the correct fashion, knowing who people are. observing his commandments, my fault, in the correct fashion, not just reading the commandments and saying, okay, I read them, and then you go out there and you don't even know how to obey or follow his commandments because you haven't read the word, so you don't know things in context, in a proper context. You don't know how to operate with people. You don't know the power you have in his word to be able to cast out demons, bind these demonic spirits, cast them out to the abyss where they lose their power. And then you have to enable to keep the power, you have to walk righteously in him. He's not going to allow the righteous to fall. He's always going to protect the righteous, preserve the righteous. He's always going to do it. But there's the reason why many people are able to experience that side of his power is because they lose hope, or they start to go back into the world and start sinning. That goes for you, me, everyone, right? It's because we lack the discipline and the perseverance in the Most High Yah to continue to do good. Because in the Bible, it also talks about that you should not get wary of doing good. And he says that because the world we live in is exceedingly evil. And so it's no thing to grow weary in doing good. It's very easy to grow weary in doing good in this evil world where you're presented with nothing but evil all around you all the time. Porn, seeing women half dressed. You haven't, of course, for women, men half dressed. Or, if you have having issues with liking someone of the same gender, you learn that. You learn that from the images you saw on television, and then from the television, it transferred into our reality, in our world. And so now these things got taught to us in our schools to be accepting of these ways and these wicked ways. And then all of a sudden now it's like people start adopting these lifestyles, which are just leading them and setting them up to go burn in the lake of fire. And then this is like kind of what the people that say the Gentiles, they'll be like, well, our fathers taught us the wrong way once the judgment comes. Because all of this, live as you will, do as you will, love you want to love, and as long as I'm being elevated, and that's the society that they taught me to get what I want by any means necessary. And then when the judgment comes and people see the Most High Yah Christ, they see Christ come through the clouds, and he starts to judge everyone, right? Or even before that, when all of the plagues start to come, when the four horsemen, the horsemen of the apocalypse, the four apocalypse horsemen, right? When they start to unleash the wrath on the earth, the war and the pestilence and the famine, and then you start to see the world falling and dropping, and everybody's in fear, and everybody's just like, and it's happening now. But because we can't see what the state of the true world is, because we have so many wise people in the world that think they understand the Most High, his word, they understand people, they understand themselves, they understand eschatology correctly. And I'm not saying I'm someone that understands the complete the way in which eschatology is going to shape out at the end, because there's many different things that I think that are going to happen that a lot of people have not thought. It's like, listen, it's like this. It's like everybody reads the Bible and Bible prophecy, and we all think that we know the correct order in which things are going to happen, but it might not be that way. It's going to happen. We all know Christ is coming back. I believe, of course, the children of Israel, we're going into the wilderness, and then there'll be a time period where we'll be there, and we'll be getting prepared before we go into back to Israel, to the real Israel, which is not this fake Israel up in northern Africa, because that's all it is northern Africa. It's not going to be that place, but it's going to be the real Israel. And I believe that we will sojourn there and live there for a long while before maybe Christ comes back. But I'm not sure if Christ can just come back, anytime. I mean, because he also says that they'll be drinking and they'll be marrying, and then all of a sudden the end will come. So that to me signifies that you're living in a time where we're not able to really acknowledge where we're at truly in Bible prophecy, because people are going to be just living exactly how they want to and be surprised when Christ comes. It's like it's going to be a surprise. I used to think that it was going to be so obvious what's going on in the world, things blowing up all over the place, and just people shooting outside, and it's just everybody's just screaming and yelling, war everywhere, and it's just very obvious. But I'm realizing that we have been desensitized to, I think, what's actually we've been desensitized to the true nature, of where and the true place our world is really at as far as Bible prophecy, because we've already seen so much, we've already gone through so much, and because of that, I think we're numb to seeing and being able to consciously rationalize, just how close we are, because it's like we've seen it, we've seen so much in the world, so much evil and wickedness. It's like, okay, well, um, it's nothing surprises the people anymore. And so if Christ was to come back, it'd be like maybe he comes back at a time like this. Like when he says that the last days will be worse than any other time in history. Isn't this worse than any other time in history right now? I mean, it just seems to me like it's worse than any other time right now. And we're just looking for it to get, how much worse do you want it to get? It's like he says that if he did not stop it, then it would have been, the world would have got destroyed. If he didn't cut it off like before the time, then the world would be just, there'll be no one left. There would be no one that could be saved. So I'm just like, okay, well, is he talking about a spiritual thing? Because just like the times in Noah, think about this. This show is called Many Topics, and I just go like this. You already know that. So I hope all you guys are, this is just the Judah J talk session. And then all of a sudden I'm gonna get to the later in a second, I get to the comments. Back in the times of Noah was warning the people before the destruction was going to come, right? And so people were just living day to day, operating in an evil fashion. That's what comprised the world, were people that were operating in a demonic fashion. Of course, you also had the Nephilim that had children, and so you had the giants that were on the earth destroying mankind, and also they were tainting the seed of mankind, so that the fallen angels were having sex with the women. And of course, the Nephilim, the giants, were having sex with the women as well, with the God seed, which was not tainted. And so now you had a whole population of people that had a mixed seed, right? And so the only ones that the Most High Yah saw as righteous, and I believe the only ones that had a pure seed from Yah, which was not mixed with fallen angels and Nephilim, I believe that there was only the 8 people with Noah and his family and his 3 sons and their wives. I believe that only them got on the ark because they were pure seed. And that's the reason to sustain mankind, so that Christ would one day be able to enter into the world through a pure seed, right? Through a pure family. Then I believe that that's the reason why he destroyed that age, so the antediluvian age. And so I believe that just like that time, this time, the times of Noah is just the same. There's people on this earth that are mixed with a different seed, and they're spreading that seed all around the world. And I believe that spirit now has been circulating in this present world to a certain point, to a certain place where if he didn't destroy this world, let's see, this is why I'm correlating. You see how I'm doing that? This is how I'm kind of correlating where that scripture where it says, if he didn't stop it, then there will be no one left, right? If he didn't come and shorten the time, that scripture, and it escapes me where it's at. If you know where it's at, you can put it on the comment section. But if he does not shorten the time, then there'll be nothing left. So just like back then, the seed was impure. Now people were mixed with a different seed, so it was an abomination now, and so only 8 were left. So check this out. The new world will be for the few. The past world was for the many. So the 8 went into the ark, and that was the few, right? That's kind of a correlation to that's the few that went into the ark. In this new world, in the world we're living in today, it says it's gonna be just like the times of Noah. So then in this time, I believe there's people that are mixed seed, because of that Nephilim seed is still roaming in the earth with the royal families and all these Nephilim seeds that came from Esau's from his bloodline, through Zepho and through Adah, what was the name? Adah, what was the name? Amalek, right? So you have this seed that's still in the earth, and I believe that they go out there and they have children, and then they spread around the whole earth with that same impure seed, and nobody knows who they are because they're the 1% that I made a video on before. There's that 0.1% that you don't ever see. You will never know who they are. They're not your leaders that you see on TV. They're none of the Rothschilds and all of these other forefront type Illuminati families that we've all learned about on YouTube. I'm talking about the people that none of us ever see, the people that are mixed with this seed, that have the real power, that are the movers and shakers that really control the world, right? Um, um, think about this thing. Go do your study on S4 Majestic 12, right? S4 Majestic 12. Just go study that. But there's also people that have this seed that look just like us, and they're mixed, right? So they're not fully of human flesh and seed. They have a fallen angel seed in them, right? And Nephilim seed in them. So through time. So I believe the Most High Yah is going to gonna just end this thing and cut the time short, because once again his seed is being tainted, and they're trying to spread it all over the world. And it says in the Bible, it says, as the wicked spring forth as the grass, it is that they shall be destroyed. So the wicked have sprung forth as the grass, not just by that seed, but the spirit, that demonic spirit that's in the world, that's in opposition to the Most High Yah, the tares that the enemy planted. Now that's in the world. And so it's spreading to a place where people are like being infected like a disease. It's like that demonic spirit from Satan's kingdom is infecting people like a disease, where it is causing their minds to get reprobate. It's causing them to be possessed where they can't come back. And then there's ties to the demonic kingdom, to where they've made oaths, to where if they try to come back and break free, since they've made these oaths, now they're under the power of Satan. And he try, because the hedge now is gone. The hedge is gone from many people because they have been willing vessels to Satan, which allows his spirits to come in, and now they gain a foothold and become strong men in their lives, where they can't escape it, because now you have the spiritual realm that's attacking these people, and they don't have a hedge of protection. So in order to stay alive, so to speak, they have to do what the wicked ones want them to do from the spiritual realm. So the spiritual realm is basically the demonic side of it, the evil side of it, right? They have control over these people now. So they can't break free if they wanted to, unless, of course, the Most High Yah sets them free. But it's like people are bound. People are bound. There's many people all over the world that are bound to these spirits. And we just, if you don't know that and some of these people, I haven't seen a video on YouTube today where there was this woman, I'm not going to tell you her name, but she said that she said that the spirits, and I knew what she was talking about. She said that they tell her that she has to sacrifice people, and if she does it, then they'll leave her alone. That I guess the contractor, the whatever, not contract, but whatever power that they operate or utilize over her to keep her in line, or whatever it is. Maybe they're bothering her and they want her to do a certain thing, but she doesn't want to do it. And said that, so I guess they said if you sacrifice this person, then that whole thing will be okay and it'll be like resolved. See, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that have made, I'm not saying she made any contracts or anything. I don't know nothing about her, but there are people that have attracted the wrong friends, people that have allowed people into their lives that they should never have allowed into their lives. And these people have always operated in a nefarious, evil manner, and have been working evil in secret and had evil intentions towards these people. But the people that are the victims, or the people that are being prayed over, did not know. So they didn't know why things were going on in their lives that were crazy. Things that were like things not working out right. Things always getting destroyed. Things always just happening. And because you have these people in your life, I'm not saying everybody, but that's why you need to observe, and you need to pray for discernment to know who people are, because there's people that do witchcraft and sorcery, and that are operating in fashions against you that you know not, and you're wondering why your life is going to hell all the time. But you never look around you and the people around you. And you say, well, wow, this person's always around when this happens, or when this person comes over, this happens. Or it seems like ever since this person came into my life has just been just a mess. Maybe that person is a witch. Maybe that person's a warlock. Maybe that person has always been out for the take on you, right? You have to know these things in these days. So if you don't know what the composition is of the people that are around you, by knowing what they, where they stand, who they believe in, and then having their fruits line up with what they believe in, then you're in for a ride. I've been that person that has been some bad, had vices and had, just had problems that people have. And then all of a sudden I would bring somebody else down. For me, it wouldn't be because I'm consciously thinking of hurting someone or trying to set someone up, not like that. But as far as just being a person that has my own issues, and then because of a person's around me and they want to maybe help me, and then I end up bringing them down. See, that's why you need to know where people are at in their lives. You need to know where they stand about who they serve. If they serve, when they say they serve God, what God are you talking about? When you say you serve God, what God are you talking about? Tell me about this God you're talking about. Don't just take things people say face value, because face value is ugly. Face value is ugly. You have to know these people, right? Without the makeup, without the veil, without the mask. Let's get into this. Let me read some of these comments. Blessings to you, first and foremost, Saint for Jesus. Blessings to you, Judah Warrior. Blessings to you, Kingdom Life. Blessings to you, Yamira Ben Yasrael. Shalom. Blessings to you, Desiree Johnson. So Desiree Johnson says, let me see this. Oh, you can't do that on this one. I was using this other program and it's different than this one. Facts. Discernment is very necessary in this time. Most definitely. We must have discernment in order to be able to make sound judgments and rationalize in a correct fashion, because it's time out for just taking things face value. You just can't do that no more. It is not even what's up. It's not what's up. Did the kids still say that? It's not what's up. It's not what's up no more. These people are different. It ain't the same as it used to be. It just ain't. It just ain't. Saint for Jesus, there's also many energetic leeches around you. We got to get away from them. So, I mean, that's just the thing. You can't, you got to observe who the people are around you, and you have to test them, ask them questions, test the spirit. How do you always wonder, how do you test the spirit? How do you test the spirit? Right. So it's like, this is what I do, no, I'm not going to tell you that. I want you to read the word and find out how you test the spirit. Let me see. I keep getting bewitched, and also I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, because I have to do my study on that. I know a way I do it and how I've understood it. But if I don't have a strong conviction of how that what I'm saying to you is correct, I'm just not going to even do it. I'm not going to say that. So let me see. So there's not too many comments in here. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it short today. I just want to thank you guys for coming to the channel and watching this live stream. Blessings to everybody that received something from the Most High Yah that was operating, I believe, through me to give you this message. Hopefully you guys will take this and it will make you be able to see life in a fashion that's the way Most High Yah wants you to see it. I hope that you will go and start to read your word for yourself, and that you will give time for prayer and thanking and thanksgiving to our Father in heaven and our Savior Yahushua Mashiach. I would implore you guys to make that time in each part of your day and every day where you set aside time for Him, and preferably in the morning when you first wake up, to be devotion to Him, prayer, worship, thanking Him. Reading His word, maybe 30 minutes at the beginning of when you first wake up, and just set your day off the right way by giving Him the praise and the honor, because He woke you up. He woke us up. So why not give Him? See, that goes back to the fact of not knowing, really, do you really know Him? If you really knew Him, then once you woke up, you would give thanks to the one that woke you up. Because it's not like he tapped some like some human that tapped you, hey baby, wake up. No, he actually allowed your body to function again, your heart to pump blood, your your organs to work. He allowed your brain to work. We have to give him thanks, man, because seek him why he can be found, because in these times it's almost over, almost over. So shalom to everybody, blessings to you. Hope you come back to my other live streams. Check out the Tell the Truth countdown. Go and check that out, please. Tell the Truth countdown, top 5 countdown, because it's a new channel, our new show that I created that's showcasing truth rap artists. And we always talk about, we want to hear hip hop the way it's supposed to sound, with good messages. And we don't want to hear all the worldly talking about women in a derogatory fashion, and sex, and all of these drugs and guns and all. This is the music that's talking about truth, stuff that's going on in the world, real things happening in the world, giving praise to the Most High Yah, waking up and stimulating your mind out of that low frequency into that high place, the high frequency, where, and I say frequency because that's what the kids use, but it's raising you from that low estate, low level mindset to that higher elevated mindset, which is rooted in keeping the Most High Yah as the core of your message, keeping truth as the core of your message. So this is the type of artistry that you're going to see on this channel, on that show, Truth Rap Live, right? So it's every Thursday and Sunday. Go and check it out. Just give it a quick listen. At the beginning of Truth Rap today, I already put up one. It's on there now. There's artists that sent in their tracks. I put their tracks on in the countdown. In time, Truth Rap Live on Thursday. That show comes on. You guys can vote for these artists. So I would like to see a lot of you guys in the comment section, listening to the song, writing the names of the songs in the comment section, putting the thumbs up, voting for the different artists, and then I take the votes. And then on Sunday, I make the other show, the Truth Rap Countdown, and I put them in the order based off of the number of votes. And then I put their information on their video that you see, and you hear their music, and you see like their Cash App, you see their PayPal, you see like their the title, of course, the track of the title, you see like the album, the name of the title, the name of the album title name, and it just gives them the ability to attract more of an audience. And so I'm just trying to help out Israelites, trying to help out Gentiles that cling to Jacob, that are rapping about the truth and trying to wake up the people, and also trying to get them to be compensated as well. If you guys like their raps, and you see, you like their message, and you see, their information on the screen, and then you want to give to them, blessings to you. I don't get anything from it whatsoever, unless you was to go to my video, and if you liked my video on there, you saw my stuff, you want to donate that way, that's fine. But whenever you give to them, that's theirs. And so I'm just trying to be a steward, a good, steward, to allow people to be able to have their voice shine on this platform. So anyways, go check that out sometime. Blessings to you all. And until next time, shalom.